Hello, my name's Chloe. This is my lovely wife, Natalie.
Hello.
You like gay books? Come closer.
Welcome to our lesbian library.
Where we review gay books, queer books, man-gay books, trans books, bisexual, and all of those things, and more. Here they are, primarily sapphic books, but we cover our bases. These aren't all of the books that we have to talk about today. These are just ones we own in hard copy. Natalie and I are big fans of the public library. It's one of my biggest passions in life, actually. We love reading. We love queer stories. Lots of queer stories are able to be told in books because, I mean, I know that there's still an issue of getting things published, but there isn't as much of a budget required to like make a TV show, make a movie. There's a more abundant amount of queer books as opposed to like movies, TV shows, what have you. It's so easy to access.
I know. So go to your library and look up these books. We love using Libby and we listen to audiobooks a lot. You can also read on there and you can just have it on your phone on the go. But I'm a big audiobook girly. I have a lot of trouble sitting still unless I'm reading to Chloe. I feel like, we're just gonna go on a little tangent here. In today's society, it is really hard to actually like sit down and like actively chillax. Reading a book is like active chillaxing, but like we are kind of like so consumed with like passive chillaxing right now that it's kind of like we just scroll. We don't even have to think about what we're consuming. Some mystical being is deciding what we're consuming, and I think it's kind of like maybe some mystical being decided that you should consume this, and I hope that we inspire you to do some active consumption and read some books.
The way that this is going to work, we have a tier list. Okay, we are going to be placing, how many books do we have? Like 40 something.
I think we have 40 books. No, 40, right on the dot.
S tier. That's the best.
S tier, it's like you really felt it. You were vibing with it. You laughed. You cried. It was like...
It moved you.
Yeah, moved.
You're like, hang on, I'm a changed person. A tier. It was good.
It was good.
Natalie probably cried.
I probably cried a little or got emotional in some way with it.
It like made me have a feeling.
B, we are saying like totally good book.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah, you could read that.
It's good.
Really good. C is like, it's like totally, but then there's like this crazy sex scene that makes you want to
It comes out of nowhere?
Ever recommend it to anyone ever, and you feel embarrassed that you ever did recommend it in the first place before this crazy out of nowhere sex scene happened, and you're just devastated and shocked.
You know, that might be your cup of tea. Everyone's different.
Everyone's different.
We just happen to be two people who find graphic depictions of intimate scenes to be a little bit shocking.
We do. And then D are ones that we read because we know we've read it, because we wrote down that we read it, but like we don't actually really remember.
Or it like we didn't love it. And to give a lot of these books the benefit of the doubt, Natalie and I listened to a lot of audiobooks and we were listening to them while we were doing other things. So things that are in this list might not be the book's fault. Oh, Beverly's settling in a box right now. So cute. What if I heard a lot of talk of? Okay, everyone talks about One Last Stop.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think.
So let's do One Last Stop.
I don't think it's S tier for me. Do you think it's S tier?
It was S tier for me.
It was S tier for you. Okay.
You can put it in. Okay.
Did you cry?
I don't know if I cried.
Okay.
We read it a while ago, but I loved it. I will say there is some spicy scenes in it, but I wasn't shocked and horrified by them in the same way that I
felt like they were deserved. Okay,
Yeah,
it was a really cool concept. If you don't know about anything about it, it's about college-age people. They meet on the subway. More of a supernatural element as you get into it, which is quite interesting.
I love supernatural stuff. I will say that I think the reason why this scene didn't alarm me very much maybe is because it's kind of the kind of stuff I like.
You can't say that. My parents watch this.
Public stuff? I'm kidding.
Public stuff. We could put it in S tier. I did really like it.
I loved it. Okay. I want to put it in S tier. Okay, next.
Okay, which one else is popular? Delilah Green is popular.
Is it?
I think so. Everyone talks about it. It's an adult romance lesbian book. And I think that a lot of these books are written by millennials, and it like shows, or like Gen Xers even. Like the way that they describe what they're wearing and the language that they're using just doesn't feel like accessible to me. It doesn't feel like something I would say or do, or anyone I really know would say or do.
I know. I was like, when was this book written? Why is there a CD collection? The point of the book was to make these two people sleep with each other.
And again. And again.
And again.
And again. Can I tell you something about my personal preference? This will help you decide if you want to listen to me or not. I like just the longest amount of pining. It's angsty. Everyone's miserable. They think that no one loves them. And there's these really sweet moments, but mostly you're thinking, I love this person so much and they'll never let me back.
Chloe wants it to reflect her life a little. Chloe said to me once when she was reading fan fiction, she was like, I like reading fan fiction so much because it reminds me of how I felt when I thought you'd never love me, and it's like sends me back there, and then I stop reading and I realize like we're married and in love. These types of books with adults doesn't really reflect that experience for you.
I really also love A Friends to Lovers. You know me, I'm biased. Yeah, I didn't love it. Remember anything about it?
Let's just move on. I think it's forgotten.
Okay, Late a Cowboy Song is a play
that we actually put on.
It's about lesbian cowboys. It rules. Let me just say that.
It's written by Sarah Rule, too.
3 characters. 2 of them are married. 1 of them is a lesbian cowboy. 2 of the straight ones. And it's about the woman and the lesbian cowboy falling in love. And it's honestly really beautiful. I loved it. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Right. Chloe didn't finish it.
I didn't. Well, I knew that they weren't going to end up together. I like a happy ending. Is that controversial?
I actually did really like The 7 of Evelyn Hugo.
That's one of the first queer books you read, though, right?
I think it is. I'm going to say it's good, and I cried, and I really vibed with it. I really felt like it was good. I don't think that the artist was really like in it, you know? There's some books where you're like, okay, this is written by a gay person who's like expressing their gay selves, and it's connected to them. But that one felt like separate from the artist.
I really liked this one, actually.
Yeah, this one was good.
Okay, concept is that these 2 girls are in a relationship. They live in a very conservative town, and they feel like their parents wouldn't understand. So their plan is that they're saving up a bunch of money, and they're gonna leave as soon as they're finished high school and move across the country and like cut all contact.
Yeah. And then one of them bonks their head and forgets everything.
Yeah, forgets like the last 3 years. Still thinks she's straight.
Devastating.
And
right?
it's devastating. This has the angst that I live for.
I know.
And there's a very sweet scene at the end that made me bawl.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, actually,
I think it might be S tier for me.
Yeah, Chloe did cry. I cry really easily, so that doesn't mean that much to me. But if Chloe cried, yeah, S tier.
Yeah, this is
so
one.
This one doesn't have any crazy sex.
No. Well,
are we allowed to say sex?
I don't know.
This one,
to bleep it.
Okay, this one doesn't have any crazy
explicit intimate scenes.
I think they were supposed to say spicy.
It's just so embarrassing to say spicy, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's.
Okay, we're gonna say spicy even though it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, everyone. This one's not spicy, and we like it.
She Gets the Girl. This is by the same author, except this one is written by her and her wife.
So She Gets the Girl is written by a married couple,
and one of
Forget
them,
Me Not is one of them.
It's dual perspective. So like you get girl A, girl B, girl A, girl B, and I think that it was loosely based off of these wives' love story.
Yeah, I think it was.
We read this while we were in the car. Like, I was reading to you while you were driving, and then you were reading to me while I was driving when we were driving across the country. And I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it, too, but I don't think I felt moved by it.
Me neither. It was sweet.
It was cute.
I liked it. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of drama.
She Drives Me Crazy.
I don't think I finished
Chloe,
this
I think, stopped reading this one. I read it all. I think it's totally fine. But I don't think it's really that, like, I kind of remember it. I'm just going to say it's forgettable.
Those Who Wait, talk about a spicy novel.
That one's really spicy.
Every chapter.
Straight in the crazy.
It's political. There's someone who's the daughter of the president, and then someone else who's something else that's connected to politics, and they like meet.
The reality is, the purpose, I think, of this book is so that whoever wrote it want to make these characters boink. I would say it's a little educational. And I don't want to read anything like it.
This one I remember more so because this is the one that we read out loud to each other. Again?
So, don't even know exactly what happened with the plot. I think the purpose of the book was that. Okay, House in the Cerulean Sea.
Finally one we own. We also read this to each other on our cross-country trip.
I'm going to put it in I laughed, I cried, and I felt moved because I really did cry at the end of this one.
This one is not sapphic. This is between two, are they middle-aged?
Yeah, middle-aged men.
2 middle-aged men. One of them owns an orphanage for magical youth, and the other one is works for the government and is like an inspector coming to see if the orphanage is well run and is upholding all of the rules. It's so sweet, actually.
Yeah, there's a second one, but we're having trouble finishing the second one.
This one, it could be standalone.
Yeah, standalone.
I think it
good.
did really well, so the author wrote a second one, but I don't think it's necessary. Like, this one is just so good.
So good.
Kind of like innocent and sweet and pure, and it really warmed my heart.
I'm
think I
putting
cried.
that in S tier.
Yeah.
Gideon the Ninth. I don't know where to put
I own
this
that. Okay, Natalie and
tough.
I tried to read this to each other, but we were finding it a little bit difficult because I feel like this author is smarter than me. She uses a lot of big
really
words
smart.
and a lot of made up words that are hard to say out loud, and it was kind of difficult for us to read out loud to each other. Then I got the audiobook. The person who reads the audiobook did a really good job, and I ended up really enjoying it. I still haven't read the second one. I'd like to.
It's a lot of effort for my brain to wrap my head around what the heck is going on.
I feel like the plot is not very straightforward. This one actually is like, it's not just a romance, you know what I mean?
There's a lot going on. And I think a lot of people really, really like this book, and I totally understand why. I just don't have like the mental space in my brain to like understand what's going on. I'm putting it in totally.
Anyway, it was really cool, and I've heard that the second one is even better.
What's it called?
Autobiography of Red. This author came to visit our university, and we got this book, and I believe that this is
A signed copy?
for Chloe,
Signed
2019.
copy. And so Chloe bought this one from her directly and got it signed, and I bought number 2 from her directly and got it signed.
And she's such a cool lady.
Such a cool lady. We both read this, and we both loved it.
So
This one's accessible for, it's a book, it's poetry. This is poetry.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like this on the page, right? It's very spread out. It's a quick read.
It's very accessible. It's very,
There's
compared to other poetry, I think poetry is not very accessible. This one is. I loved it. I think it's really good. It's a story. It's gay.
She's really informed about Greek mythology, and she speaks Greek. Her other work that we read is Fragments of Sappho. We know Sappho, sapphic, lesbian, you know.
Lesbian.
And
We were
she
so
does a
excited
great
when
job.
she came to. And Carson.
And it's 2 boys who fall in love. That's what this
Yeah.
story's about.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is Her Royal Highness.
I think this one's.
Is this like totally?
It's totally.
I can't remember
Oh, so then it's
that
forgotten.
much about it. Can you? I think that she's like in line for the throne in Scotland, maybe? Ireland?
It's definitely somewhere. And American girl gets into this really prestigious school where royalty go. She falls in love with Her Royal Highness.
Okay, next one is On a Sunbeam, which is actually a graphic novel.
I think that one's good.
I really like this one.
I'm going to put it in good.
It's like, would you say it's sci-fi?
Yeah.
And yeah, the art is really, really lovely.
Yeah.
I really like it. There are actually no men in this universe. There's just like women and non-binary people, and so like all of the couples are
Queer.
And it's really, really well done. Would highly recommend. And it's a graphic novel, so it's a quick read.
This is how
You lose
you
the
lose
time,
the time
more.
more.
I need to listen to this one again.
So this one I think is like also like art, and I really liked it.
Yeah, so who are our main characters? There's one named Red and one named Blue, and they like are on different sides of
Like,
a war.
Time war, and they're going in time differently and talking to each other in like communication. Like, but the way they're communicating isn't really strictly letters. They're communicating with like planted flowers and just very interesting. And they're going through time, being other people, and like there's like this war that is beyond our concept of mere mortals, really. I think it's really cool.
I think the audiobook was really well done.
Yeah, so I recommend the audiobook for that one for sure. How to Excavate a Heart.
This one was like cute. It was
it's
like
cute.
totally.
I thought it was pretty
concept.
good.
It's
Christmas.
yeah, 2 Jewish girls during Christmas.
One
I
of
think
them
there's a lot
hates
of museum.
Christmas. One of them loves Christmas. Classic.
They spend a lot of time at museums.
One of them's grumpy and angry.
There's
One of
a
them's
dog?
happy-go-lucky. There's a dog. They have to walk the dog.
Yeah, it was totally. Oh, interesting facts about space. I really liked this one.
I liked this one.
So we have an autistic main character. She's a lesbian.
She doesn't know she's autistic.
Oh.
That's what kind of makes it interesting too. Like she discovers that about herself.
Ah, yes. Is that a spoiler then?
No?
She casually is dating a bunch of people. I just think that the way that it's written, the way that her brain works is so interesting. So I was really enjoying reading from her perspective.
She has a lot of self-hatred. That's why she feels like she can never date anyone. I think she feels unlovable.
Her relationship with her mother is really complex and interesting. Yeah, it's contemporary. She's really into true crime and very paranoid, and it just feels true.
I Don't Want You Like a Best Friend.
Natalie really liked this one.
I quite liked this one.
It's a Taylor Swift reference. You know that she's going to like it.
Well, it's nothing, but the book itself has nothing to do with Taylor Swift at all. This is how I would describe it. Old-timey, parent trap, lesbian teens. Yeah, I thought it was really cute. Maybe it should be in Totally. It wasn't moving. I don't think I cried. Gwen and Art are not in love.
This one's interesting.
I really liked this one.
It's not Gwen and Arthur like from the myth.
No, these are like their ancestors, their kids or something. Their grandkids.
Yeah, they're like 2 generations or 3 generations later. Art is gay. Gwen is also gay, but they are betrothed from birth. And it's about them kind of navigating that.
They hate each other, but they're in this lavender marriage, and then they realize, oh, you are gay? And the other one's like, oh, you are gay. Huh, wow. Red, White, and Royal Blue? Totally.
That one's written by the same person as One Last Stop. I read that one when I was a teenager, so I actually remember a good amount about it because I read it again together.
Yeah, we reread it. Yeah, I thought it was totally good. I really liked this one kiss scene, gave me shivers. I don't know, I had some feelings about it.
I think I really like
feelings.
There's a lot of good pining. I love a pining. I love a gay discovery journey.
There's a little bit of spice in it, though.
Yeah, and it can be shocking.
We were reading out loud to each other, and I was like, this one
Wolfsong?
right away in there.
Wolfsong was written by the same person who wrote House in the Cerulean Sea, T.J. Klune.
So that's why we thought we should read it.
And the concept is quite interesting.
Yeah, we love the concept. Yep. I will say that I was reading this book, and I was so obsessed with it. I was so into it. It's really long. I was like, this is amazing. And I was telling everyone, I was like, this book, I really, really like it. This book's so awesome. And then there's like a full chapter, very descriptive, spicy stuff.
And it's 2 men.
2 men.
Also, the characters start very young, so you think it's a YA, and then they age up, and there's not a YA anymore.
It's not a YA anymore.
I really like The Language of Seabirds.
Yeah. Were you moved?
Well,
or did you have some feelings?
The Language of Seabirds is about 2 boys. How old do you think they are? Like 14?
Yeah, I think so.
It's about a summer that they have together by the beach. It's like a self-discovery journey. This kid's parents are getting divorced. Very coming of age. Very first romance.
Yeah.
It was, honestly, like, it was really, really sweet. It was really sweet.
I think that this would be really moving for some people because it's kind of like also he's on a vacation boys trip with his dad. And he feels like he can't really connect with his dad because he's gay and he doesn't know how to tell his dad. And his dad's going through this divorce, so it seems like a bad time to tell him, but it's like, so that's kind of adds a lot of tension, right?
I did really like it.
I think it was really good.
We could put it in S if we wanted to, but...
All right, we'll put it in S if we wanted to. Legends and Lattes.
I was prepared to really, 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 really love this book because it's like D&D lesbians. Like, what more do you need? But I think it's kind of in Totally.
I think it's really good because it's like low stakes.
That's the tagline, right? High fantasy, low stakes.
So it's kind of fun to be in a high fantasy universe where it's just about
opening a coffee shop. It was cute. It's kind of like it reads a bit like fan fiction. Like these are 2 characters from
some
universe. Campaign that is famous, and then you do like a coffee shop AU.
I would highly recommend it, but it wasn't moving. It was just lovely. Crier's War.
Natalie loved this one.
Absolutely obsessed with this book, and I read the second one. I loved the beginning, middle, the end. I loved every part of it. I love the dystopian fantasy world.
It's like sci-fi because there are
everything about
cyborgs. What were they called? I can't remember what they're called.
Oh my god. I loved it. I loved the world.
So it's like it's kind of Romeo and Juliet, star-crossed lovers, right? Because we have a human,
so good,
and we have a cyborg, and the cyborgs are kind of like, I don't know if it's called cyborgs. I don't remember what they're called. They're robot people, and they're like the upper class of society, and the humans are the down below. And there's this rift.
And there's like this political situation where there's some people who believe that we need to get rid of the humans or live separately from the humans. But there's other people who believe, no, we are meant to live with the humans.
And obviously, like, inter-machine and human relations are prohibited.
Obviously not something people do.
I think that
I loved it.
Yeah, Natalie loved it.
All right, this one was really good.
I really liked this one. This one gave me everything I need. It gave me teen angst. It's a YA. I thought that the descriptions, kissing a girl and having feelings for a girl, were really relatable and really sweet. Yeah, I think it did everything right.
Were you moved?
I think it could be an A tier.
Yeah. Pride, Prejudice, and Pittsburgh.
I think, yeah, totally.
Like, there was a lot I really liked about it.
I think this one was written by one of the wives in the duo who wrote She Gets the Girl.
Rachel, yes. That was the other wife.
So this one girl goes back in time. All of a sudden, it's Pride and Prejudice era. This happens by mistake. And then
So it's kind of like fantasy, like...
She meets this girl in the past.
Who's, like, having some hard times being in the past. And, yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was totally...
It could be an A tier. Well, but it was totally.
Totally.
I don't think it moved me.
I
just
don't feel
enjoyed
moved
it.
by it. I just enjoyed it.
Song of Achilles, I did cry, but not in a good way, I don't think.
No, I think that you misunderstood. I think it was lovely.
It was really well written, for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, Natalie and I have read the Iliad. I really like the way that it...
I liked it.
I really liked it, and I loved the queer relationship. I really liked it. I thought it was very, very, very good and nice and beautiful. And I just wish that the myth ended nicer. And also, it's two boys. If you still recognize me, I love this one.
Oh, I loved this one. Do you know what I really, really loved about this one? I really, really loved the old people in it. Something about old people
being gay
just, like, breaks me, and I just can't wrap my head around it. I just lose it. And
so If You Still Recognize Me is about two childhood best friends. I think one of them moves away.
Yeah.
And then they find each other again and come back together, and it's about them rebuilding their relationship, and eventually it becomes romantic.
The thing about them recognizing each other is that when the main character was a tomboy, and now she dresses very feminine, and her friend used to be very feminine and get a lot of compliments about that, and comes back as, like, a butch lesbian or mask lesbian, confronts her own gender feelings, expression, why she, what's going on.
I think I cried. It was really good.
I actually did cry.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's YA. It's really well done.
Yes, I love YA.
They're the summer before they go off to college.
Girls Like Girls.
Written by Haley Kiyoko.
Totally.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. It was sweet. It's like the music video. We've all seen the music video.
I used to watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
That was back when I was straight. A Marvelous Light. This is a trilogy, but only I read all three, so we're just going to talk about the first one. I think it's good. I really liked it. I think my favorite one in the trilogy was the last one, and the middle one was about two girls, but the first one and the last one are about two boys.
There's magic in the universe. It's interesting. It's kind of giving Harry Potter. Is it the fourth one where, like, there's a new prime minister in England, and, like, the minister for magic or the liaison for the ministry has to come in and be like, "Hi, so there's magic, by the way, and XYZ." And so that's kind of the situation, is that there's a magical world, it's hidden, but the non-magical world needs to know certain things about it. So it's about the relationship between these two, like, figures from the non-magical world and the magical world, and their interactions with each other. And then there's some sort of, like, something that they need to solve together that happens, and then they need to, like, work together to figure it out.
Well, they're trying to figure out why the first magical liaison is...
I think it takes place in, like, the 1900s?
I recommend Chloe should read the other two. Aristotle and Dante Fall in Love, or Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Sorry, spoilers.
I also read this one when I was in high school, and I found it to be more moving in high school, I think, because it was one of the first books that I read that had any queer representation at all.
And I did not read any gay stuff in high school, so Chloe was trying to get me on her level. Mm-hmm. And I read this and I was, like, totally moved, but I also, like, had already seen TikToks and stuff of people kind of poking fun at it, These two boys, and they're very educated, and they're
and they're named Aristotle and Dante.
Yeah, it's kind of has this angsty, I'm a teenager and I'm writing poetry. Like our last video. If you haven't seen it, Chloe reads some poetry she wrote as a teenager.
I do.
About me!
Natalie, who had a cotton candy soul.
But I think it's really good, and I think it's moving, and if you haven't read it, I think you should. Okay, Lies We Sing to the Sea.
No.
This one, I would say that I think I forgot it because I was so annoyed by the way it ended. I liked the pining. There was pining in it. We love lesbian pining.
Well,
and lesbian descriptions of people. I didn't really like it.
I didn't like the resolution.
Sorry, I'm back with no makeup because I was just feeling like it needed to come off.
We had a little chocolate break, but we've returned to talk about this here book. This here is Hell Followed With Us. Actually, Natalie finished reading this to me last night. We really enjoyed it. We brought this with us on our honeymoon trip. It's dystopian.
It took us a while to read, I will say.
There's like a Christian crazy group who make like a bioweapon called the Flood that infects almost everyone in the world and kills them.
They're trying to like make the end of the world happen, pretty much.
Like Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And the people who it doesn't kill, it like turns into these monstrous creatures that they call graces. That's kind of like the world that we're living in. Our main character is named Benji. He's a trans teenager. It's kind of body horror-y, but I think it was really well done. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
We really liked it.
I think that we could put it in totally, but I also think we could put it in good, but I didn't cry.
I didn't cry either, but it did make me feel things.
Okay, we felt some things about this one. Should we just do the rest of this author too?
Okay, Compound Fracture.
I think I liked this one a little more even, but...
Well, we could put that down to totally, and then we could leave that in.
Yeah, I feel like someone who has experienced religious trauma will find Hell Followed Us.
And Dysphoria also, maybe?
In Dysphoria, we'll find that one really moving, I think. As little cis lesbians, I thought it was just a really good book.
But the whole time I was kind of thinking to myself, oh my God, how is this going to end?
Yeah,
oh my
we had
God.
No idea. We were like,
ah!
how could this possibly be an okay ending?
Yeah, it wasn't like there were sweet moments, but a lot of the books on this list are just, oh, what a sweet little love story. This one was like, oh my God, ah!
Yeah, it's not a sweet little love story. For Compound Fracture, I liked it more, but it's very graphic with like the body horror.
Yeah, this author, again, we have a trans man main character. This character, he's also autistic.
He actually has a self-discovery moment where he kind of self-discovers that he's autistic.
Yeah, and he's queer, coming out as trans. And then there's also these murders.
It's pretty crazy.
I really enjoyed it, though. I flew through it. I was listening to it on audiobook, like, as I was getting ready for bed, and it kind of had my adrenaline pumping. It was, like, really intense.
Yeah,
I really liked it, though.
There's a little bit of, like, this person gets, like, beat up and stuff, but I really liked the premise. He's like, okay, I guess now I have to murder the people who tried to murder me.
And this one takes place in the present, which I thought was interesting, too.
Yeah.
It was interesting to listen to this author describe current events.
Now, the last one takes place in the past. There's also this author, Andrew Joseph White.
I think this one might be my favorite one.
Me too.
Do you think it goes in S tier? This one's called A Spirit Bears Its Teeth, or The Spirit. The Spirit Bears Its Teeth. Another trans man as our main character.
Yep.
Teenager. Are all of the characters teenagers? Actually, I think they're all teenagers.
I think they're all teenagers.
And this one has magic. If you have purple eyes, it means you have some sort of like spirit magic.
Ability to see, and they think that only men can do it. Obviously, our main character is a man. He's a trans man, and that identity is not given to him at all. He is forced to go to a
school for delinquent.
Yeah, delinquent girls, like, boarding school, and he has to like live there when he's a man. But there is a love story in it that gives this one, I think, more hope than the other one. The other one, there is a love story, but I feel like it doesn't give it as much hope. At least, especially the one we just read in
Hell Followed
Us. I'm like, this doesn't seem very hopeful at all. But the most hopeful is The Spirit Bears Its Teeth, and I really liked that one.
I love hope. It's, again, graphic body horror.
And I would say that I felt like the ending of it was happy. I felt the ending was...
It was completely... Yeah, I was like, yes.
I was like, this is great. This is making me feel things. I feel emotional about this ending.
Yeah,
it's good.
I
liked that one a lot.
A Scatter of Light. This author also wrote Last Night at the Telegraph Club. Maybe we should talk about that one first.
All right, let's talk about Last Night at the Telegraph Club.
I read this one when it first came out, which was a while ago. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it takes place in the 50s.
I did really enjoy it. And I liked the descriptions of drag kings and stuff that were in it, and I really liked it. I thought it was just like
Butch
a really
femme
good
dynamics.
I don't know. I think I feel like this about it.
Totally.
I feel like it's totally. Scatter of Light. I didn't like this one as much.
Me neither.
And the thing is, I wouldn't say that they had crazy, scary, spicy scenes. I wouldn't say that, but I would say that I didn't like the spicy scenes. I don't think this should be happening. That's how I felt about it. I was like,
there was a lot of infidelity that I thought was a little bit
and the timing,
questionable.
like these girls need to know the timing. Like it's just not the time.
There's a tragedy happening.
This is not the time. Get
Keep
out
it
of
in
the
your
bed.
pants. That kind of took me out of it.
It's not forgettable. I remember it. So Let Them Burn. Chloe hasn't read it, so I don't know if I should say anything about it, but it's another fantasy.
Natalie loved it.
And I loved it. And
I should read it.
There's gonna be a sequel, and I think it might be out soon, and I'm on a wait list for the sequel, and I'm obsessed. There's dragons, okay? There's machines to help fight dragons, okay? There's gay romance. There's sisterhood.
Say more?
A sisterhood, a loving sisterhood, and gay romance, and there's monarchy, okay? There's palaces. I'm gonna put
It's fantasy.
Fantasy. I loved it.
Okay, Clash of Steel, we talked about this in our video about Vietnam. It was super cool to read this one because it takes place in places that we went to in Vietnam, but it takes place like many, many years ago. And pirates, lesbian pirates, like, come on.
I loved this one a lot. It really connected with me. I don't think I did cry. I don't think I cried. I just really felt it, you know? And I also will say the audiobook was really, really well done. I just thought the author's note was really great too. Endless amounts of greatness. It's a beautiful YA, absolutely no like spicy scenes, like when there's no spicy scene, the kisses are so important and magical. And the last one in this is one that Chloe hasn't read, and so I feel like...
It was written by Kurt from Glee, Chris Golfer.
Yeah, and for some reason I thought you told me to read it, but I guess you just said, oh, we should read this, and then you didn't read it. I really liked it, but it's very kid-friendly. It's very kids. It's very young, very kids, but it's also very queer, and I think it's kind of a cute universe.
Or would you put it in
I would put it in totally. And also, who knew that Kurt from Glee was going to write a little kid book?
I think it's a series, too, and there are 2 series.
So I've read all of them, actually. They're very easy to read. So I've read the whole series in Tale of Magic.
So here's the tier list. Support your public library.
Yes, libraries are awesome. Audiobooks are awesome and totally valid way to consume books. And if anyone says you're not reading right, they probably smell bad.
There you go. Keep reading, keep supporting gay authors. Keep supporting trans authors.
And I'm sorry if we put something that you really liked in Forgettable, but that's how we felt.
It's just my opinion.
It's just our opinion.
It's my opinion! We'll see you next Sunday. Thank you ever so much for watching.
And look who came to say goodbye.
She came just for you guys to tell you to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Isn't that right, Bev?
You can have her now after that.
Okay.